procedure is similar to yesterday. First, again, a short recap on the different practices and methods of the University of Rostock and Calabria. Then Angelina will explain them a little bit more detailed. Then again, an assessment sheet similar to yesterday. And in our third block, again, a template. We changed the third block a little bit compared to yesterday. So the focus is really on the specific task, but we'll say, yeah, more detailed information. We give you more detailed information to you about that later. But I think it's, yeah, not that hard for us all. Yeah, Angelina, maybe you can. Yeah, sorry, this is for work package 4. As I said, it's the aim is to promote excellent and responsible research. So all the methods and practices aim to promote those goals. Angelina, maybe you can tell about them in detail.
Yes, and of course we also had here received some questions which we organized into 3 topics. So first of all, interdisciplinarity, then communication, partnerships would here now focus on research, in the next package focus on business cooperation, and the 4th topic would be automation processes. So starting with interdisciplinarity, as some of you who attended the staff exchange get to know that we have here at the University of Rostock an interdisciplinary faculty with 4 interdisciplinary teams. Here in Rostock, it's Life, Light and Matter, Maritime Systems, Aging of the Individual and Society, and Knowledge, Culture and Transformation. So yeah, joint research between the departments. Furthermore, we have university alliances. In Rostock, we're in the alliance of EU Connexus. Then we also had some further suggestions, which we have not implemented at Rostock, but we think maybe are a good idea. So, for example, to create an interdisciplinary faculty forum, yeah, where the departments can meet quarterly and exchange ideas and foster collaboration, or a cross-departmental collaboration award. So here some persons who actively engage in cross-departmental collaboration can gain a reward. So the next topic would be communication. We have a communication concept at the University of Rostock. This is maybe something which would be nice for every university to have. Part of the concept is also a newsletter, which is sent weekly via email. And also in planning, a bilingual website. So every content is available in German and in English. And also in planning is an intranet, so a joint platform for all staff members. And another suggestion from our side would be a knowledge sharing hub, where researchers and faculty members can share their findings, publications and best practices. So with respect to partnerships in research, we have an information platform for external funded projects. This is basically a research database where all third-party funded projects are available. And then we also connected to this have a project service center with strategic research consulting, but also support, administrative support for acquiring, accepting, managing, and also closing projects. And furthermore, a research camp. Here we have poster sessions with scientists from all disciplines. and people who are attending can gain insights into other research projects and look for potential synergies and networking. But also representatives of the state government and industry can get an overview of the status of current projects. And lastly, the International Meeting Center. This is basically a guest house or living space, which is fully furnished for international guests, and there they can stay up to 2 years and also will receive support for services and other administration tasks. And the last question was, our request was on how to foster red tape or how to create automation processes. This is something that our university still can improve. However, we wanted to give you 5 ideas which you might be interested in. So, for example, online or digital forms for admissions, course registration, or financial aid. And in combination to this, e-signatures, so electronic signatures to sign documents, workflow automation, so predefined processes for a task like routine tasks, approval tasks, digital document management, so digital document management systems with storage, retrieval, and sharing of documents, and of course remote access so that university members can access the intranet and all services from different parts of the world or country. Yes, this was so far the short presentation. And as Wieland already said, this time we will proceed like this, that the Canary Islands will stay here in this room. And we have a link already available for the Azores, and people who want to attend the Azores meeting can now switch into this room.
Okay, so a lot of people are leaving. Not that much from the University of Gran Canaria. And I think, Emmanuel, you also have to change the meeting. Oh, he left. Okay, perfect. So, okay, not that much people today, but I think that's not a problem. So we don't have to make breakout rooms later. Again, I will post a link for the first Google document. It's again the assessment sheet. You can open it. Additionally, I will share my screen.
Willan, just a comment before going forward, because I've noticed that some people from University of Las Palmas has changed or has going out this session.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if we go to the other session, maybe they are really there or they're a little bit lost.
I think
would be from Gran Canaria. So we have Arthur, Beatriz Sousa, Bruno Amaral, Duarte Mendoza, Emmanuel Mendoza, Fabiana Ismonis, Fabio Santos, Felipe M. Portero, Enrique Carrero.
Fabio Santos is not?
Fabio Santos is not?
No, Fabio Santos is not. Let me check.
Then check, because I see both.
Maria Jose Sanchez, it could be.
Not
I
there.
think she was connected, sorry.
I put in the link for our actual meeting. So
But
maybe
the thing. Ah, okay.
that the last link was the link for the meeting we are currently.
Okay, I'll go to check.
Then maybe nevertheless we can already have a look at the list and then use the time.
Yeah, it's no problem if people also came later to the session, but I can see that some of you already opened the sheet. And again, I would like to ask to just put in your name or whatever in the three boxes up there, and then rank those different practices from 1 to 10. 1 is not relevant, to 10 it's absolutely necessary. So your own opinion, what do you think, how important this would be for the university to have or to implement in the future?
Okay,
Just the first
let's
impression.
go.
I mean, the University Alliance is already implemented, but you can also put in a number. It's no problem. And then again, we have the ranking.
So Violan, excuse me, just to understand, so we just have to score, right, from 1
Yeah,
to 10,
that's right.
for each section, what we believe it's important for our university. Okay.
Yes, that would be perfect.
So basically same as yesterday, how important do you find this to help promoting excellent research?
Yeah, just because yesterday I joined very late, so I was very lost during the exercise, so at least I can copy it with today and tomorrow's session. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries about that.
If you have questions regarding those different practices, of course, you can ask as well.
Okay.
I mean, maybe while you're rating, interdisciplinary is really about how to connect researchers, basically, so that you're part of a faculty, but then you have interdisciplinary as a second faculty. The second part, communication, is rather in general. It's not connecting people, but rather information. The third one is rather having different meetings, like really dedicated meetings and support for your funding, for example. And the third one would be more regarding the daily support for administrative things, which is always a problem when you need to spend a lot of time with that stuff. I mean, the stuff that you have to spend a lot of time filling out such forms.
Michael, just a question. What is my... Oh, sorry, Tanosu.
No.
I just
Alice,
wanted to ask about the communication concept, which I'm not sure I got it from Angelina. What do you mean by communication concept?
Well, it's basically that you have a strategy, that you know how you're going to communicate, what are you communicate, when do you communicate. So often this is not the case. So when really, information is coming via, your informal network. But then the question is, do you have a concept that really
Like a
dedicates?
clear communication strategy.
Exactly, which a lot of organizations don't have, but it's good to know how is information being distributed, because then you don't have to actively,
Sure.
you can be relaxed, everything important is coming to you, for example.
Okay, Michael, following the Ari's question, I have other question for you. How the concept of knowledge sharing hub functions, or what this concept consists of exactly?
Well,
it's like a department or something like that?
well, someone has to be responsible in doing that, but it's that you can see that the information that is available in the university has some place where you can, for example, upload. That usually we have these drives that are kind of internally in the groups, but then the idea is that you have a hub that is for the whole university, where internal information is shared. We, for example, have a
okay, yeah, it's like okay, it's like a platform to share results or
Exactly.
research matters, etc.
Exactly. So, for example, we have a SharePoint in Rostock, which you can use. Everybody can use the SharePoint and put information up there. I mean, yes, for sure, you can say whether the information just for your personal use, but you can also make it public. And then use this as a knowledge sharing hub so that you can also look it up, or in the intranet there's information. It's a bit overlapping partly, but here it's rather intranet is often more that central unit is distributing information, and a knowledge sharing hub is that everybody can also use the platform to upload their own content without without any moderation from, there's just content being distributed.
Okay. So we can say that this is open to every department at the university. I mean, at administrative level or research level as well, I suppose. Well, everyone can share content here.
Exactly. Ideally, it's coming from central university. So, well, we know that also some faculties. So at in Rostock, we also have the Faculty of Economics. They also have a sub knowledge sharing hub. But overall, there's a central sharing hub, a knowledge sharing hub that is provided centrally by the IT center.
Okay, yeah, okay. Got it. We have something similar in ULPHC.
Ah, cool. But not every university has this. This is why this is also an important concept.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's all.
If you have other questions or just notes and comments, of course, you can also here again just wrote them into the sheet, so we keep them in mind for our. So I think everyone now ranked the task. So let's see. I will now copy paste on the first sheet. Again, oh, that's not the right one. Okay, so we see that intranet and the project service center, as well as workflow automation and remote access, are the most important, or seen as the most important tasks. Less important are, for example, the International Meeting Center or research camp. Just to keep that in mind, we'll provide that information later for all of the other participants of the workshops. But now I would like to go over to our next task in the workshop. And again, I will share our Google Docs link in the chat. Also here you can see it, I think so, on my shared screen. It's as I said, similar to yesterday. We cut out the other columns about the, how do you measure success or this achievable, because at this time of our planning, it's not that important. If you have ideas about it, of course, you can type them in the comment section. But more important is to put in ideas about specific tasks. So about the subordinate practice, interdisciplinary. What do you think? What should be included? Just ideas. What do you want? Maybe something we didn't implement here at the University of Rostock, but what do you think it would be also interesting?
Ich dachte so, ist irgendwas schief gelaufen. Alles gut. Man weiß ja nie.
Also, if you think that something is really not important and shouldn't be implemented, you can also comment that. I will also copy the ranking next to this table, so that maybe you have a better idea about on focusing on which for the focus.
Yeah, better.
I mean, how you measure success is always a difficult question, because you might create artifacts that are not really measuring in the end what is happening. So, for example, there was an organization there were introducing lean management, and then they measured it because then the question, how do you measure it? And then they tried to measure it with the number of whiteboards that were used, and then just a group spot whiteboard used them. You know, that's always a difficult. You know, the challenge is always how to set up a measure that makes sense, is measurable, but on the other hand is really leading to that people use it, and not really just have it and then just for the sake of fulfilling the criteria. I always find it a different question. How would you measure success?
You can also add some rows if you want. It's also no problem. Was interdisciplinary getting really crowded?
Well, I mean, interdisciplinarity is always a difficult topic also to achieve, because different disciplines have different languages, they have different outlets, maybe also different measures how their success is measured in their career. And then it's always difficult partly to publish interdisciplinary articles also, because one journal is saying, sorry, you're too much of the other discipline. The next one is saying, sorry, you're too much of the other discipline. And it's really difficult also to get people together there. Therefore, we have the interdisciplinary faculty in Rostock is really a good idea, because it's the second faculty that you have. And then they really also have meetings between the different faculties, so to exchange and to really get these interdisciplinary projects up and running.
But Michael, have you got a program established for these type of meetings? I mean, to implement them or to hold them periodically or not, or it arise directly from leaders, the different leaders of the departments on your university?
So there is no.
I mean, how you manage to boost these ways of communication among departments? That's very interesting for us.
Yes, so I mean, as you might recall, so in Germany, that it's very much based on voluntariness, because there is no, as a professor, you don't have a boss, so you can do whatever you want. So we are all based on motivating people on their own interest. The main interest is that there is money in the pot for the different, so there's also some money for the interdisciplinary faculties. And that you get money for interdisciplinary projects more easily if you just do a project in the in your own faculty, basically, or in the own interdisciplinary faculty. So this also leads to to the incentive that there is no rule that it has to be happen periodically, but this leads to an own interest of the faculties to also have interdisciplinary between the faculty meetings, because this is when you get to know the other people, and then you have a better chance to get more money out of the pot. So basically, that's the incentive here.
Yeah.
To get people being interested in this, and then supporting them also with the bigger research topics that you get the funding for example, applying for an interdisciplinary research group at DFG, which is the national level, or if you want to have more money, then you need to be interdisciplinary. So that's basically a money incentive over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here it's more or less the same. Budget is priority.
Yeah, because otherwise, if everything is voluntarily, how do you get people being interested?
Yeah, absolutely.
This works. I really have to say this works. So because I'm in the faculty of knowledge and all this related to this, where we also are already interdisciplinary, because it's ranging from business administration, information systems over to literature. But there are also then meetings, for example, with the bioengineering department, where there is the idea how to match it with maritime topics. So, for example, it's about the windmills that you find offshore, the offshore windmills. And for this, you need to have a holistic view. You need to know how do people react to this. You need to know the engineering part. You need to know the biological part. What does it do with the environment? And only then, when you have this collaboration, you can also apply for the bigger money. And I have to say, it works quite well. Because it provides the framework that it's not you as an individual, because yes, you can also do that. You can also try to identify the people, talk to them, but here you have a framework that helps you to make that, to save a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a critical point, in fact, to save as much time as you can.
Exactly. And that, I have to say, it really works very well. And for sure, there are also regular, I forgot about this, regular presentations also that are also advertised beyond the interdisciplinary faculty to the other faculties also, to have events where people, basically present something interesting that others can come.
Yeah, exactly. It's other way to promote people to be engaged on the topic that you're interested in.
Yes.
At the end.
Yes. Yeah, and then it's continued with because we have these bigger grants that then also this is so basically that the core level, the highest level of university rector and so on, that they know about this, that this is happening. Maybe you have to apply in 1.5 years, so that is already brought to attention. Okay, what do we have to do in order to be ready for this in 1.5 years, for example? So you also have it a lot faster to address through the different faculties, the different interdisciplinary faculties, and then also to distribute money for this, saying, okay, if you want to prepare, you need some student assistant. It's pretty easy to get that as an addition, or, we're not talking about that you get money for a PhD student, but you get all this little support that is also necessary and often not included in other funding programs. that helps you to get saving a lot of time to set up your preparation for such bigger grants.
I just marked the Intranet and Project Service Center yellow, since both of those practices were of high interest. So maybe if you have 1 or 2 ideas what's really important for that, just add them too. If not, then it's also okay. So for me, I would say that maybe a shared calendar or IT support would be interesting for an intranet, but maybe you have other ideas about that. Or project service center, should they only inform about the possible projects, or should they also have maybe weekly or monthly meetings to update you? Maybe if there are some ideas about that, you can add them. Maybe as well for remote access. So is it for you important to get maybe access to documents from the university, or is it first of all important to have the that the remote access is allowed in your university?
So we have about, just for information, 5 minutes, and then the others are joining. But we have already quite some information here. For me, remote access is
for only 3 people. We're really productive. Yes.
I mean, for me,
Maybe
remote access is essential, that because I'm traveling a lot and I'm sitting here and there, so therefore I need to be everywhere as if I would be sitting at university. Because otherwise, this would also, you know, if you, yes, you can log into some VPN, but basically this would be for me that VPN is always available. I don't know about you, whether this is that important.
Also, if it's just online remote access, or also offline access to some documents.
Yeah, well, basically, for me, it would be that I have everything available all the time, even if I'm out offline, because often, like in a train or in the plane, you are offline. And then, for example, Overleaf, I don't know who's working with Overleaf. That's for LaTeX online. It's nice, but you need to have online connection. And that is partly in the train difficult. And it's always annoying that it's telling the connection has been lost. So nice tool, but others might be saying, you know, you're always sitting in the office anyway, so you really need this, or occasionally. Or for example, e-signatures, I would be very happy if we have this, but it's not legally, it's not allowed. They don't know how to implement it, because then you always have to, it's sometimes difficult if you're not there in the office.
Yes.
But I think we have reached consensus and having a lot of insights. Do you have any further questions about some topic, how it's implemented in practice?
Not from my side. In fact, these three topics that you have highlighted, in the case of the intranet, here in the EULPGC, we have what is called Acceda Gris, which is exactly this type of intranet to avoid, which avoids researchers or administrative staff to share wherever they want at any level, documents, results from this researching, etc. And in terms of the project service center, this is very interesting for us, but the University of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria has, in fact, a known foundation to promote new calls for new projects, to fund projects, or to promote the relationship between researchers and administrative staff in order to involve all of them for calling new projects, specifically European projects or all the type of projects in general. In fact, this is where I work right now. And nice. That's all from my side, in fact.
Hello, everyone. So we're now together again.
But there was a nice, this is how it should be done also. At informing people and researching and always bringing these European topics also up.
Yeah, so seems like everyone is back in our joint meeting room. Are there any questions for today or for tomorrow? For tomorrow, it's basically the same for the next work package or project goal.
Yeah, we would be really happy if all of you can join tomorrow, and if you know someone else who is specifically interested in business cooperation and entrepreneurship, spin-off incubation, and so on, please invite them to the meeting.
Yeah, and if there are no other questions, we would like to see you tomorrow again. Again, we will stay here in the room for another few minutes, so feel free to stay here if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for your participation and see you tomorrow.